Hello guys, how are you all doing? I'm very excited to be here with you today, and we'll be answering these questions on straight lines. So the equation is of course y equals mx plus c. So y equals mx plus c, and m is the gradient and c is what we call the y-intercept. Okay, so we've got the equation y equals 3x plus 4, and they've asked us to write down the gradient. Well, we can see that that's the m, so that's going to be 3, and the y-intercept is 4. That's our final answer. That's it for that bit there. Okay, moving on, we have next a straight line shown here, and they're asking us to work out the equation of the line. So again, it's going to take the form y equals mx plus c. Then we also know that the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis, is at 1. So we know it's y equals mx plus, instead of writing c, I'm going to write 1. To work out the gradient, I can just pick any 2 points. So I'm going to pick this point here and this point right over here. And I consider the change in y, so along the vertical axis, and the change in x along the horizontal axis. The change in y is 2 because it goes from 5 to 3 or 3 to 5. So that's an increase in 2. And the change in x is 1. So I'm doing change in y over change in x, which in this case is equal to 2. So I have y equals 2x plus 1. Let's look at some more examples, guys. So here's another one, and we want to work out the equation of the line. So it says down here, work out the equation of line L. Okay, so we can see that it's of the form y equals mx plus c, and that the y-intercept is going to be minus 1. So it's going to be y equals mx, not plus, but instead minus 1 because it's a negative. And then, again, we can pick 2 points that the line goes through to work out the gradient. And here we can see the change in y is 1 because it goes from 1 to 2. And the change in x is also 1. So the gradient is going to be change in y over change in x, which is equal to 1. So y equals 1x minus 1, but we can do better than that, guys. We don't have to write the 1. We write x minus 1. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next one here, another example. Again, it's to work out the equation of the line. So we know that it has the form y equals mx plus c. Sorry to be writing on the grid, guys. Need that space, you know. We can see that the y-intercept is 1. So y equals mx plus 1. And then let's look at the gradient by taking 2 points. So here we can see the change in y is 1. The change in x is equal to 2. So our gradient is going to be change in y over the change in x, which is just a half. So we have that it's y equals a half x plus 1. That's it. Right, let's go to it. Aha, this is what I wanted. Okay, so this line's going down. Any estimates? Any guesses as to what that's going to mean? So we have y equals mx plus c. That's always the straight line equation. And our y-intercept we can see is minus 1. It goes through the y-axis at minus 1. So y equals mx minus 1. And then let's pick 2 points. So I've got this point here that I can see, and I've got this point here that I can see. And this time, remember we read from left to right, it's going down. So it's going from 3 down to 1. So the change in y is actually minus 2. And then the change in x is 1. And that gives you minus 2. So here we have y equals minus 2x minus 1. Okay? And there we go. Next, we're going to look at some other types of questions where we're asked to work out the equations of straight lines, but